Welcome to the biology classes. Till now we discussed about the interphase which had three phases G1, S and G2. After this the cell will undergo the proper division, that is it will enter the M phase. Although the cells they spend only 1 hour for the M phase, rest of the period they spend in preparation, that is in the interphase. Here you should know that the cell spends around 11 hours in G1 stage, 8 hours for S phase, 4 hours in G2 phase and 1 hour for M phase. The M phase further can be divided into karyokinesis when the nucleus divides, and then it enters the cytokinesis where the cytoplasm divides. The first stage in karyokinesis is prophase. In Greek, pro means before or first, phases means appearance or stage. So the first phase or first stage that appears in karyokinesis is the prophase. This occurs immediately after the S phase and G2 phase. So after the second growth, the nucleus begins to divide, and prophase is the first phase that we see. Prophase is marked by the condensation of chromatin material. The chromatin material which was lying all over in the nucleus as a thread like structure, now it will slowly condense and shorten to form rod like structures which are called as chromosomes. Now slowly chromosomes are visible as two chromatids held together. You know that during the S phase the chromatids are formed. Two chromatids are formed in each chromosome because of the division of replication of DNA. So these two chromatids now are visible under the microscope. Earlier, because it was thread like structure, we could not see them. So in the S phase and the G2 phase the chromatids are not clearly visible, but as condensation of chromosome takes place in the prophase stage, we can clearly see two chromatids held together by a centromere. In case of animal cells, we have already discussed that the centrioles have duplicated in the interphase. Now these duplicated centrioles will start moving towards the opposite poles, and the spindle fibers, the centrioles, make some thread like structures which are called as spindle fibers. These are made up of protein, and this also starts forming. So initiation of mitotic spindle fibers begin. By the end of the prophase, nuclear membrane completely disintegrates. Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleolus become inconspicuous, and the chromosomes are randomly distributed in the nucleus. Next stage is the metaphase. Greek meta means second or later, and phases means appearance or stage. So this is the second stage that appears in karyokinesis, and this is marked by complete disintegration of nuclear membrane, and the condensation of chromosome is maximum here, so that chromosomes are now clearly visible under the microscope. And under the microscope we can see two sister chromatids which are held together by the centromere in the center, and on the centromere we can see small disc shaped structures which are called as kinetochores. The spindle fibers will attach to these structures, and they will move the chromosome now to the center or equator of the spindle fiber. So the chromosomes will now align in the middle of the cell, which is called as the spindle equator. The plane of alignment of chromosome at metaphase is referred to as metaphase plate. The metaphase is characterized by all the chromosome coming to lie at the equator, with one chromatid of each chromosome connected to its kinetochore to the spindle fiber from one pole, and its sister chromatid connected by the kinetochore to the spindle fibers from the opposite pole. Centromeres of the chromosomes lie over the equator to form an apparent plate called as metaphasic or equatorial plate. The limbs of the chromosomes lie in various directions. Metaphase is the best stage to count the number of chromosomes and to study their morphology. The next phase that we have to study is anaphase. In Greek, ana means up and phases means stage. So this is the stage in which the chromosomes separate from each other and pass to the opposite poles. Now what actually happens here is that I have already told you that during metaphase all the chromosomes are arranged in the equatorial plane and the spindles from opposite directions are attached to respective kinetochores. So now because of the pressure exerted by the shrinking of spindle fibers, the centromere of each chromosome splits, and because of splitting, half of the centromere will go to one of the chromatids and the other half will go to the other chromatids, and in this way two daughter chromatids separate from each other. Now these chromatids along with the centromere is called as daughter chromosomes. Now they are no longer called as chromatids, they have become chromosomes, and the spindle fibers will make them move to the opposite poles. The spindle fibers are attached to the centromere, so when the spindle fibers pull the chromosomes, it can be seen as if the centromeres are leading the way and the arms of the chromosomes are trailing behind. So in anaphase stage, chromosomes begin their migration towards the opposite poles. The last stage that we have to discuss is telophase. Telos means end and phases in Greek means stage. So this is the last stage of karyokinesis, in which the chromosomes formed at the end of anaphase reconstitute the nuclei. Actually, the chromosomes undergo decondensation or unfolding and lose their individual identity and now turn into chromatin fibers. Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex and nucleolus are formed once again. Nuclear envelope, that is a nuclear membrane, assembles around the chromosome clusters, thus forming two nuclei, one at each pole. In this way, the karyokinesis comes to an end and two nuclei are thus formed.